Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Broadcasting Lounge, bringing you all the action from round 3 of the Supercars NZ Trak Racer GTE Endurance Series. Tonight, the championship heads across to Canada's legendary MoSport circuit, Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. This track is fast, flowing, and unforgiving, with high-speed corners and very little margin for error. It's the perfect stage for GTE endurance racing, and it's going to demand absolute precision from the drivers if they want to make it to the finish. We've already witnessed two incredible rounds at Imola and Road America, and the championship battle is starting to take shape. Some drivers are looking to carry their momentum forward, while others need a big result tonight to stay in the hunt. With strategy, pit stops, and traffic management all in play, we're in for another action-packed race. I'll be guiding you through all the excitement tonight, but I won't be doing it alone. Joining me in the commentary box is my co-commentator, Corey Kitchen, ready to help break down all the action. Corey, MoSport is a track that always delivers. What are you expecting from tonight's race?
What am I expecting, Shano? Well, we got foliage camp, so that's one tick for me, I feel. And, well, if we're going to judge from last week, that was just, it was intense. There was so many safety cars. So tonight, it's going to be much the same, I feel. We've got a few corners around here that don't really do too wide that well. And we've seen too wide doesn't work. I'm ready to rip. I can tell you that much, Shano.
Yeah, as am I, and times are certainly looking very tight in qualifying. We'll get to that in a moment, but looking like we should see some very exciting racing once again tonight. Before we go and have a look at what's going on in qualifying, though, here is what we've got in store tonight. Track map on the right hand side, and 19 degrees air temperature out there with 83% humidity. A bit of cloud cover out there should keep the track temp down a little bit, so hopefully not too slippery out there for the guys tonight. They should have plenty of grip.
Yeah, they definitely will, and the lower temperature is going to definitely mean that, but a cloud cover definitely for an endurance race is good. And I'm looking, I reckon around 32 laps they're going to get out of what they have for fuel. So I'm guessing that's going to be around about then. Like that's just been our guess the last two rounds. We've made it up, been pretty close, so we're going to roll with it, make it trice.
Sounds good. So we can have a look at what's going on in qualifying. And the checkered flag is out, but drivers are allowed to finish their lap. Mitchell Sparrow on a lap currently, on provisional pole, and he's just looped at the end, makes the fence big time. So that's a heavy shunt. That'll be him done for qualifying, but he's on provisional pole at the moment. Rob Carwood just pulling up after turn one. Aaron Goodrick looks like he's just cruising out there, possibly on his way back to the pits. And Stephen Adams has just reset back to the pits, so that looks like that's out order. Mitchell Sparrow is going to have the pole position, but look at the gap to Stephen McCartan, 0.000, so we can't even see what is actually separating Mitchell Sparrow from Stephen McCartan. That's insane.
Yeah, the times is a 1:12.407 for Mitch Sparrow and a 1:12.408 for Stefan McCartan. So yeah, very, very, very close. And
Radio
I'm
check,
guessing
boys.
Stefan is championship leader, but we won't go too
Yeah,
deep
copy.
into that. We'll hopefully have that updated for next week. The points.
Yeah, I have to apologise to Aaron Goodrick because I said it looked like he was cruising, but he actually improved up to P6. So maybe some deceptive cameraing was there, and he was actually going a bit quicker than what I thought. Anyway, might have just heard race control in the background down to Graf and Ross Watson in race control tonight, and we will hear them talking to the drivers tonight. We will also hear drivers talking to race control, and hopefully, unlike last week, that's all we hear the drivers using the comms for is talking to race control. And you'll see that graphic pop up on the right hand side of the screen under the MRP logo when drivers are talking to race control or race control are talking to drivers.
Yeah, interesting to hear what they have to say sometimes. But the drivers have been pretty good. Apologies if they haven't. We do try our best.
We absolutely do. And speaking of MRP, as I referenced their logo there a minute ago, this is the Trak Racer GTE Endurance Series, and MRP is where you can get the full range of Trak Racer products. MRP are the Trak Racer stockists for New Zealand, so head to mrpsimracing.co.nz and you can check out the full Trak Racer range as well as MRP's extensive range of sim racing products and real racing products.
Yeah, so many cool products to choose from, isn't there? And the Trak Racer stuff, good variant, good variation. You can buy a tubular Trak Racer setup, or you can get the traditional alloy clip together, which seems to be the strongest, I reckon.
Yeah, certainly the most common cockpits that we see out there with sim racers are the T-slot aluminium profile cockpits, and Trak Racer do some very good examples of those. Of course, big thanks to SpeedTech as well, this week's Race Week sponsor. So they supply race radios for Speedway and a number of circuit racing events throughout New Zealand as well.
Yeah, they looked after the V8 supercars in Turbo. So how good's that? Get to go down there and make sure all the teams can talk and hear Craig Beard and whoever it is in race control telling them they stuffed up.
Steve Darren out on track at the moment in the warm-up.
Yeah, keeping it safe in the BMW and the GTE series.
Sean will be very happy that Steve has changed his SDK profile pic.
He will. I can't see what that is.
It looks like a Ferrari Formula 1 car.
Oh, wow. Well, with a nice blue sky behind it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, not just a random picture of somebody in Fiji. So plenty going on. The sign up for next season is out. So if you are looking to get into the racing, you can head over to the Supercars NZ community page, and you will find the sign up in there. Or if you can get into the Discord and sign up for spring, should be some pretty good racing, eh, Shano? I seen the lineup for the V8s, and I'm not going to lie, it got me rather randy.
Yeah, it's looking like a pretty exciting schedule that we're heading into for the spring series, and how crazy that we're just a week away from wrapping up yet another season here at Supercars NZ. We'll take a week 13 in between, not a week off because we still race on week 13, but just not for championship points, and then we'll go racing again. And also coming up, we're going to go V8 teams endurance racing. So we're going to have Sandown 500. So we're going to have the Bend 500, Bathurst 1000, and then the Sandown 500 as well. So that'll kick us off on the 5th of October with the Bend 500. Full details of that are going to be released shortly along with the sign-up form. But we'll go racing at Bathurst for the 1000 on the 19th of October. That will be very exciting. And then the 2nd of November to recreate the now historic Sandown 500 because the real guys aren't doing that anymore. But we're going to keep on bringing it to our drivers and everybody at home on the broadcasting lounge as well.
Yeah, and you'll be looking forward to producing those three events, Shano, I bet, and I will definitely put my hand up to sit alongside you. Still the most viewed race on the Broadcasting Lounge YouTube is Sandown 500 from 2023, and what a race that was.
Yeah, that was very cool. I had a lot of fun streaming that. Depending on how things pan out, I may be on track for those races this year, so watch this space.
Yeah, go make a menace of yourself.
Hey guys, just remember if you need to tow, make sure you request a tow. Also, it's not one at the first corner, and just don't cause accidents like last week because we don't want to give you a drive-through. but if you deserve one, you're getting one. So, good luck.
Race Control putting the message out there to all the drivers.
Safety first, eh, Dion?
We can have a look at how the grid is going to line up tonight.
No
So
talking on the comms unless you're calling in race control.
Mitchell Sparrow off pole from Stephen McCartan. Matthew
the
Johnson and
announcement
Rob
only.
Carr would make up the second row there. Hogan
Just remember,
Shrimpton and Aaron Goodrick on row 3.
Discord, all your
Steve
Discord
Darren.
chat and everything is all on the stream.
Steve Darren and Sean McNamara on row 4. That information there from Race Control is not correct. Discord chat is not on the stream, but iRacing chat is. And then we've got Hamish Barnhill in 9th, Matthew Gerard rounds out the top 10. Then we go back to Blake Greenhill, Wayne Hartnell, Dan Turner, Heath Mann, Anthony Green, Leith Swinney, Kristen Jenkins, Tom McCall, Alan Scott, James McKenzie, Noah Kitcher, Stephen Adams, Dion DeGraff, Brett O'Keefe. Actually, Dion's in race control, so he's not going to be on the grid. So I think Brett didn't set a qualifying time. Potentially Jack Vlakovic and Pete Rotmitz off the back as I can hear the cars rolling away from the dummy grid, so we can jump to our trackside cameras and see that we are indeed rolling on the formation lap, getting ready to go.
Yeah, 3 BMWs up the front, so that's a surprise, and a Ford GT splitting up from another BMW and a Corvette by the looks of it. Corvette of Aaron Goodrick. So yeah, let's get spicy. My favourite track on iRacing, I'm not going to lie. I love it. I wish I was racing.
It is a cool track, and I'm very much looking forward to an hour and a half of racing here tonight. Just a few corners to go, or a couple of corners to go before they get on to the start straight and we can take the green flag. Mitchell Sparrow is going to have control of the field as they come around the final corner now.
Green, green, green.
And they light it up, and Mitchell Sparrow immediately jumps across, covers Stephen McCartan and leads into turn 1. They all filter on through there, a little bit of 3 wide at the back, couple of cars off track wide on the X, so that looked like maybe Hogan Shrimpton and Sindic's car.
Yeah, Aaron Goodrick was the other one, just off in the shingle. He's lost a couple of spots.
Blake Greenhill making a move down the inside there on Wayne Hartnell. Still side by side as they run down, he hasn't quite been able to get that one done.
It looks like most of them have settled into sort of a single file. Probably a good idea for the first lap around here. It's cold, everything, and a few corners that will test you.
They all flick past the wall cam on the back straight, heading up towards the S's. Bit of a battle between Jigsaw teammates there, Sean McNamara and Steve Darren. Steve's been able to jump ahead of Sean McNamara. Mitchell Sparrow leads him through the final corner, runs out into the grass on the exit though. Stephen McCartan right there, putting the pressure on him. This is going to be a good race, but this battle between the 2 Jigsaw cars continuing in the background. Sean McNamara all over the back of Steve Darren, who has just moved up into P6, but Sean keen to get that spot back.
Yeah, these two have a history.
And Blake Greenhill continuing to do battle with Wayne Hartnell. He's gone around the outside and he's managed to make that one stick. That was a very good move.
Yeah, we definitely have to go back and have a look at that one in the near future. They're already on to lap 2, so we reckon around 32 laps before we're going to see anybody come in the lane. We have seen people come in early. No major disruptions though these first couple of laps, which is good.
Yeah, all looking pretty clean. We haven't heard any calls out to race control. Sean McNamara pulls out of the draft, looking to go around the outside of his teammate Steve Darren. If he can stick on the outside here, he'll get the inside from the next corner. He's been able to do that. He gets that spot. Or does Steve manage to live on the outside? Not quite. Sean's able to just get across in front and move back into P6.
Yeah, Aaron Goodrick now on the back of Steve Darren. fresh paint job there for Aaron. He's sort of teamed up with Brett O'Keefe for the GTE series.
Oh, that was Steve Darren running very wide at turn 2, and that's a spot where once you drift just off that racing line, you very quickly go a long way wide. And oh, dirty tyres, it's just gone around on him as well, so that's unfortunate for Steve.
Yeah, bit of a regroup. Isn't it good now? Remember a year ago before they made that update to when you went off the track, that corner, if you hit that grass, you hit that wall. There was no way around it.
Oh, yes. So
Very fast corner.
So very glad that they fixed that and made it so that you can actually get onto the grass without skating all the way out to that wall. Aaron Goodrich putting a move on Sean McNamara. He's going to have to go around the long way though. But he got a very long way up there, and that gave him the position to be able to live on the outside and then get the inside for the penultimate corner. And Aaron now moves up into P6, drops Sean down again.
Yeah, Aaron back where he started. We see him go off the track lap 1 and lose a couple of spots. Well, he's made them back. Time to keep on keeping on. Stefan McCartan just set the fastest lap of the race, 1:13.102.
And he is going side by side with Mitchell Sparrow as we speak as well. So very tight battle for the front. Matthew Johnson not letting these guys get away from his sights either. Top 3 spots, all very close doing battle, and then Rob Carwood and Hogan Shrimpton aren't too far away in 4th and 5th at the moment either.
Yeah, the BMW Cup. We got a safety car? Do we? Or is that just being typed in the chat?
Might have been an accidental type in the chat. I haven't heard anything called.
Yeah, nobody seems to have had, no mischiefs. 23 starters tonight, and everybody's still rolling around. No, definitely not a safety car. The safety car drivers are not in their cars.
By any chance, was the name that sent the safety car text, was that Aaron Goodrich?
No, it was
Okay.
definitely beyond a graph.
Okay, interesting. I know Aaron last week accidentally pushed that button to send the quick chat while he was in the car.
Yeah, it did ruffle some feathers, didn't it?
Mitchell Sparrow's just been able to inch out, was momentarily out to a half a second lead, but now Stefan closing that back down.
Lap 5.
Noah Kitcher calling something into race control there, but it just, on my end anyway, he faded off a little bit, so not too sure what was said there, but Stefan McCartan continuing to try and pressure Mitchell Sparrow. Aaron Goodrich sitting a purple first sector on this lap.
He goes for the PB.
Yeah, showing good pace out there, does his personal best lap of the race, 1:13.22, so only about a tenth of a second off what the leaders are doing at the moment. Actually, sorry, faster than what the leaders did on their last lap, about a tenth of a second off the leaders' optimum pace, so Aaron looking pretty quick out there at the moment.
Yeah, that Corvette is hammer down, definitely. That's what we want to see, but top 6, no change so far on lap 6.
Matthew
Cars in
Gerard,
the lane, yeah, you're
and
picking it up.
Matthew Gerard and Alan Scott both showing has been in pit lane, so not too sure what's going on there. We have got some data shown on the incident logger of a couple of incidents out there. But meanwhile, Stefan McCartan goes to the outside of Mitchell Sparrow, wasn't able to live there. Having a good battle through the final sector of corners though, and Stefan pulls out as he managed to get alongside him to someone. He gets down the inside And he's going to move into P1 for now at least. Is Mitchell able to live there? Can he get back down the inside into turn 2? He can. They're going to go side by side. Never got to be on the outside there, but Stefan manages to survive. Tucks him behind. Looks to get back to the outside for turn 3. Mitchell Sparrow survives for now, but this is looking like a very spicy battle as the race is unfolding. Looks to dive to the inside for that sweeper. Does he do anything at the hairpin? Not quite close enough for a dive down there. If he can get the good exit, he can have a run at the S's again, but he's just about a car length off Mitchell on the exit there. But he'll tuck into the draft.
Yeah, I was going to say the draft here is real. The straight, very good for it. So he'll get at least alongside. Mitchell covering off the inside though, sorry. He'll get alongside. But yeah, the inside here.
Oh, he might be able to live there. He wasn't quite able to close down, but he did enough under brakes to carry some momentum around the outside and get to the inside of the penultimate corner. So he moves into P1 again, Stephen McCarter, but Mitchell Sparrow is still right there. We saw how quickly he was able to repay that move last time, but this time looks like Stefan's been able to make it stick a little bit nicer. We'll look to see what his pace looks like and whether he can go on to stretch his legs a little bit out front now.
Yeah, I'd say if he can, he'll be trying to look after his tyres. Not, you know, that little heated battle over a couple of laps is going to heat them up. So the pace already looks to have slipped back. They're doing 1:14s out there at the moment. It's still only almost 10 minutes in, so we've got an hour and a half racing for your Thursday.
So it looks like there might have been a little something go on lap 5 between Alan Scott and Noah Kitcher. This might be what Noah's call to race control was in relation to. Oh, that was all a bit messy, wasn't it?
Yeah, what happened there? There's like 3 cars involved there, all getting a little bit of a tangle.
Have another look at it. So, looks like Alan got loose. Noah tagged the back of him, then got tagged by, I think that was Matt Gerard, and then ultimately Noah went around. For me, probably a racing incident there.
Yeah, 3 cars all been into pit lane on lap 5 there. Or 2 at least. Noah Kitcher did not come down the lane, he kept on going.
And Rob Carwood had a crash out there on lap 6, so that's a shame because he was running in that top 5 battle and he's just got a little bit deep through that. Oh! And that was Aaron Goodrick, I think. It was either Aaron or Brett, but I think Brett was a bit further back already at the time, so I think it was Aaron that had to take evasive action there. And
the incident called by car 97 is no further action. Race on. Racing incident.
So confirmation from race control that Noah's incident is going to be no further action. But yeah, so Rob just getting out off the back of the curb in the middle of that double apex right-hander that is affectionately referred to as a hairpin, but it's not really a hairpin in the traditional sense. But yeah, just dropping the wheel off the back of the curb there and going around. Stephen McCartan has been able to stretch out to 0.7 of a second over Mitchell Sparrow, so showing some pace, but certainly not running away with it at the moment.
That double right-hander coming down into that is one of the scariest corners. It's fairly steep downhill into an incline, and yeah, it's hard on the brakes. So it's so much fun. When you nail that corner and get a good run out onto that straight, it feels so good.
Yeah, and it's so hard to get it right there as well, because as you say, very high speed downhill, coming through the left-hander as you set up the braking zone, and then you've got to position your car in the right place to get on the brakes while keeping the car straight as much as possible on the brakes to maximise that performance. And then when you get down there, you want to carry as much momentum as you can through the first apex of it and set the car up to get through the second apex and get a good exit there and get a run up the straight. It's effectively take it as one corner if you get it right, but it's so easy to either overcook the first part or undercook it and lose time on that minimum apex speed.
It's definitely become easier since the tyre updates and some of the other cars. Used to be like the V8s here. That is a very hard corner in the V8s. This track's quite a tough one in the V8s, full stop. But that corner, getting on the brakes and obviously trying to get the traction down to get out as well. That's getting a run out of that corner. But these cars, not such a problem, so much aero.
Yeah, the extra aero also means the draft is a little bit more effective because the car in front just has that much more drag with all the extra aero on. So if you can get yourself out of that drag, reduce the drag on your car, it has a much bigger effect when you do have those high levels of aero. There's Swinney just trying to find a way around Heath Martin at the moment, but he's just dropped back a wee bit from where he was a few moments ago. Little bit of a battle pack going on that Blake Greenhill finds himself in the middle of. Wayne Hartnell just ahead. That was within half a second, but it's just stretched out over half a second there. And Dan Turner about 4/10 behind at the moment. Rob Carwood on his recovery closing in on this pack as well.
Yeah, the back end of the top 10, always close. But there's still a few cars fairly close through the field. To what Brett O'Keefe, he is doing 113s, 114, so his pace is good enough to be up front, but started out a pit lane, obviously not getting in a quali time.
Rob Carwood has the best seat of the house here as Blake Greenhill runs a little bit wide. Dan Turner was trying to sneak through the open door there, but couldn't quite get up alongside.
It's all sort of settling down now. It's one of those tracks, like I sort of liken it to a bit like Phillip Island, where you've got to get into. Oops, there's a bit of somebody off there. Was that Hamish Barnhill? I think it is.
Yeah, it is. Hamish just rejoining, so not going to need a safety car, but he's had a moment out there, and I saw some data close to Hamish's data there on Matthew Gerard, but they're actually separated by about 4 laps. It's just been that quiet through this phase of the race that there hasn't been a lot of data generated in between, but we can see what happened with Hamish.
He wasn't 7th.
Oh, so that was Alan Scott there. He was trying to go around the outside and just made contact, so I think Alan was a lap down. Have a look at what happened to Matt Gerard on lap 9 as well. Oh, just catching the grass there, lining it up and went around on him.
Oh, she needed a button to turn that traction control off.
Yeah, sure does. Never nice when you're trying to do a flick spin and traction control kicks in. Hamish Barnhill now all over the back of Heath Martin, so he's ended up right in the middle of this battle once he rejoined.
Yeah, so he's come from, he was in P7, so he was just in front of Wayne Hartnell. So he's found himself now down into P12. So a little bit of recovery work to do for Hammy.
I think something might have happened to Heath as well, actually, because he's quite a way off the back of Rob Carwood, and I think he was ahead of Blake when we were looking at them previously, so he's dropped back for whatever reason. Nothing showing in the data. Seen some tyre smoke in the background there, so I think that might have been from Rob Carwood. Actually, it may have been Alan Scott there. He's just in the gap there.
Down into turn 2. Hang on. That's all you can do there.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, out front, Mitchell Sparrow has closed the gap down to Stephen McCartan to 0.3 of a second. Oh no, sorry. I was looking at the wrong numbers there. So Matthew Johnson has closed in to under 0.2 of a second now behind Mitchell Sparrow for P2. Stefan has cleared out to just over a 3-second lead now, so he's looking very quick out there out front.
Yeah, just put his head down and go, and just wait. Come in, take your fuel. Are we going to see anybody try and make it a one-stopper tonight, Shane? I don't know. It is a track you can fuel save on because there's a lot of downhill.
Yeah, we saw a few try at Road America last week, which is a very thirsty track with some very long straights, but it did take a lot of safety car. We had a lot of laps under safety car there, and we haven't had any safety cars as yet here, so I don't think you'd be looking at it as a strategy at the moment, unless a lot changes and we get some significant safety car periods through the middle part of this race, but we're not really too far away from expecting to see people into the pits, I think.
Hammy's just run wide and lost all those positions. I think the cars must be backing up. Might be Alan Scott in the front of this pack here, so he's a couple of laps down, and you've got 6 cars. 1, 2, yeah, it looks like 6 cars in this battle.
Yes, Alan moves it over there, and looks like Leith Sweeney's been able to get around him. Oh, he does his best to jump out of the way there, and he does back right out of it now, so...
Please reply. Nothing came through.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch that either.
And it's Anthony Green on the back of Heath Mann here now. This train of 5 cars, all gunning for, where are we? It's like P10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15.
Yeah, it's a nice tight battle pack out there. And gets down the inside on Heath and gets that spot. Kristen Jenkins is going to try and follow him through as well, and has been able to do that. So Heath just dropping a couple of spots there and coming to pit lane now, so potentially maybe a little bit early for a first scheduled stop, but we'll wait and see if he's able to make that work from here.
Yeah, big touch and go.
33 requesting tow, please.
Well, yeah, we're still 18 laps. Oh, was that request for a tow?
Please repeat.
It
That
was.
is Wayne Hartnell.
Requesting tow, please.
Yeah, he is out. He's made the tyres. I believe that's down at turn 2 there.
And safety car has been launched.
Safety car, safety car, safety car.
So, I tell you what, that is going to probably send everybody down the lane, and Heath Mann all of a sudden looks pretty good. Although he will be a wee way behind. Somebody has spun coming into pit lane, looks like Mitchell Sparrow, so that is going to be costly as well.
Oh. Gets a bit going. Looks like he managed to stay out of the way of Aaron Goodrick, who was the next car through. But yeah, pit lane getting very busy now. It looks like everybody is piling in. Matthew Johnson stayed out, so he was running near the front as well. He was running P3, I think, putting the pressure on Mitchell Sparrow. But I think he went past the pit lane, went past the safety car while the safety car was in pit lane, so he's not going to have to bunch up behind the safety car on this lap, and he will get a quieter pit lane when he does come in. So this could be a stroke of genius here.
Now that pit lane has shuffled everything
keep
up,
going around, boys.
and that Hogan Shrimpton is now
Matthew
in
Johnson, you are
P2, Sean
class
McNamara
with the leader.
P3, Aaron Gurrick, he's up to P4, Noah Kitcher up 16 spots into P5, so he has not stopped at all yet. So
Sorry,
he's
boys,
going to
we're
have to
just
go
trying to
him
find
in
the
the
leader.
lane.
You are now the leader.
Stephen McCartan looks like he might have picked up a penalty on the way in. He's had a 41-second stop, significantly longer than anybody else.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Anthony Green also. Well, actually, and Heath Mann. So I did say Heath might have been able to make up some time there, but he's had something happen when he's come in as well, 41 seconds, as well as Christian Jenkins, 42 seconds, Stefan Adams, 42 seconds. So a few people have
When you catch the safety car,
had a bit of a rough pit stop.
And Matthew Johnson has come out in the lead.
Everyone
Mitchell
line up behind
Sparrow
Hogan.
back into the pits now to top
race
off,
control,
or
I've come out in front of Hogan.
is he potentially serving a penalty? Did he
I've
get
just
something
seen that,
on
sorry.
exit?
No black flag
Yeah,
showing
wait,
for him, so I think he's just might have stuffed up something with his pit stop, maybe.
Maybe just topping off and well,
Sorry,
he's
boys.
gone up on
That
the
was a
jets
bit
though, so he's
fucking
doing
hectic.
tyres. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, that's thrown him way down the order. Wow.
I'm hoping this is going to tell the story of why we're under safety car. So Wayne Hartnell coming into turn 2. Oh, loses the rear and then has that overcorrection. Big
were
tank
clear to
slapper into the tyres, and looks like he broke an axle because he's trying to get it going, and the right hand wheel's just spinning up on him there. So not ideal for Wayne there.
I'm just going to take a quick pit stop since everybody else is. It's made me need to pit stop too.
Copy that.
Safety car 131, can I get a wave around, please?
Copy, we're just waiting for the field to bunch up.
Alright, so we are behind safety car. I'm just trying to
Everyone
tee up.
hold to the left. Alan, please pass on the right.
So race control issuing some wave wires there. Sounds like just Alan Scott is going to be the only one to be waved by. I just want to have a look at this replay. This is Stephen McCartan on the way into the pits. So we don't get a speed readout here.
We are going green this lap. Please, leader, maintain between 80 and 90 Ks. Once you go, you must go. You cannot drop or get off throttle once you've gone.
Oh, that's actually Stefan Adams there. This is the one I wanted, Stephen McCartan.
Copy race control, can you confirm if there's a specific spot I have to go?
Coming in, and I think he may have just
Final
cut
corner is
a little
all
bit
go.
too much on the way in.
Copy.
Hard to tell. Didn't look like he was going too fast. The only thing I think is that he might have cut just a little bit too much on the way in there. So unfortunate for Stefan there.
Just remember, no overtaking before the
As I'd say, Mitchell Sparrow's
safety
one
car
will be
pull away.
for the entry into pit lane because he lost it there, so that would be a black flag.
Ah, right, yes. So, we'll see if we can quickly grab that one. Oh, that's going to be the second one. So this was Mitchell on the way in. Oh, that's a weird one too. Just snapped on him, didn't it? And yeah, he actually went outside of that pit in area, so he would have picked up a black flag there for an unsafe entry. And then, did he actually stop in his box this time
Safety
around?
car is in pit lane.
Okay, we need to be with the leader anyway because the safety car is in pit lane. We're getting ready to go. Matthew Johnson is going to have control. That has shaken things up big time. He puts the foot down and leads them away. Noah Kitcher warming up some tyres on the back of Aaron Goodrick, looking to put some pressure on.
It looks like Noah Kitcher's the only car not to have come down the lane during that period of play.
Yeah, well spotted there, Corey. He has not taken a pit stop yet, so he will need to be in at some point in the near future, I believe.
Yeah, I reckon they were good for at least 32 laps.
So about another 10 laps from here then.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see actually how far he pushes it. When it's in the Porsche, reasonably good on fuel, I reckon. But as we see, Hogan Shrimpton going to the outside of Matthew Johnson, just holds him off. Oh. Yeah, well, Sean McNamara in P3 will be licking his lips.
Hogan almost had the job done there, but Matthew was just able to sweep across to the apex of the penultimate corner there.
Yeah, he's definitely put a little bit of a gap on Hogan Shrimpton now, who has McNamara in the mirror. Is it Sean Mack in the mirror? Oh, did I just do something?
Yeah, let's say you did.
I'm patting myself on the back. It's no sausage curb gag, but we'll take it.
Stephen McArdin looking to fight his way back through, makes his way around Rob Carwood.
Yeah, the recovery missions, we have seen Mr. McArdin do that a few times now, whether it's been through a mistake or just unfortunateness. He's straight on the back of Blake Greenhall and he's down the inside turn one.
You did a good job to get that one done. Like, looking to see if we can fight that, but probably not worth putting too much effort into that in the long run. Dan Turner trying to find a way around Noah Kitchen now, just running a little bit wide at turn 3 there. And look how quickly Stefan has been able to close up on these guys. Getting the throttle down onto the straight in the slipstream, already over 200k an hour on the way up the hill here. And he's closing in, closing in, closing in. He's going to get down the inside. Does he get both of them together? He is going to get both of them together. He is on an absolute mission.
That's just straight balls, you know, on the brakes. That just takes nads. If you're enjoying the racing, make sure you jump and give us a subscribe for the Broadcasting Lounge. we would appreciate that. The mission is to get to 500 subscriptions, and that will make us very, very happy. We've ticked all the other boxes as far as YouTube needs us to, so just 500, and then we need to get to 1,000, so that's a fair wee way away, but let's get to 500. We're, I think we're less than 50 away, so make sure you subscribe. So we'd enjoy that, wouldn't we, Shano?
We very much would. We would also love it if you jumped over to mrpsimracing.co.nz after the race, or if you've got another screen that you can open up a window on while you watch the race, head over there and check out the full range of Trak Racer products.
Of course, multitasking is a thing, so yeah. And I mean, the racing doesn't end tonight. Tuesday, you can catch Wayno and Shauno at Motegi for the final round of the V8s. It'll be Div 1 action, and next week for us, Bathurst. How good is Bathurst going to be in these cars? Final round of the Endurance Series. Oh, I need to take a breath there, sorry. Final round of the Endurance Series. I'm amped for that to be finishing at no better place than Bathurst.
Yeah, and GTE cars are very cool around the mountain. Been a while since I've driven one around there, but when I last did, you could actually, with the right setup, keep it pinned all the way across the top.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely hammer it down all the way across the top. The GT3s are like that too. So Stefan's just got around Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron just ran a little bit wide there out of the hairpin, and he's going to lose out to Dan Turner. Spots into the draft now and looks to see if he can get that spot back, but Noah Kitcher just pulling out, having half a lot slots back in there.
He's lost a couple of positions. He was up in P at one point. So maybe those tyres now getting a little bit worse for wear for the young fella.
MRP replay coming through there, and just that mistake of getting a little bit too hot through the first part of that and running wide, and that did account for those 2 spots that he lost.
And if you're loving the action that much, you want to get involved, the sign-up sheet for spring is out. Just head to Supercars NZ Facebook group. I think it's probably been posted on Supercars NZ page. It's also in season information in Supercars NZ, and possibly in the NZ Sim Racing Hub Discord as well. I think it should be in there. So get involved, sign up. We've got GT3 action, GTE action, V8 action aplenty, all coming at you through spring. Get a sim.
Yeah, definitely get a sim, get involved, join the racing. It's so much fun. You won't regret it. On board with Sean McNamara here, looking back at Stefan McCarty, and Sean currently running in the podium spots, but Stefan leaving ever larger in the mirror, looking to take that 3rd place off him.
Yeah, I'm afraid P3 McNamara is not having tonight. I think Stefan gets up into P3 here. Won't be too long and he's into P2. He's got a bit of work to catch up to Matthew P. Johnson in 1st place at the moment. That Ford GT is flying. Stefan fastest lap last time by, did you say that? 1:12.709.
I noticed it, but I didn't actually call it. And he's pulled alongside Sean McNamara here. We see the nose come into view and able to hang it out there on the outside and then get the inside for the next corner. Next on his radar is going to be Hogan Shrimpton, who's not too far ahead. This has been an absolutely barnstorming recovery drive from Stefan McCartan. He would not have been happy to make the mistake coming into pit lane there that cost him those 40 seconds, and he has just been pushing and pushing to get back to where he knows he can be, and he's about to start challenging for P2, and the lead is not too far up the road.
Yeah, but you know what else, Shano? He's got a Sean Mack in the mirror. And Chris Zalewski's picked up on it too. He's chucked that in the chat. Send it Sims team support back again. Good to see you, mate. Hope you signed up. The sign up sheet is out. I know you heard that. Get amongst it, my friend. And of course, welcoming Alex to the admin crew, doing some content creation for the team. So awesome to have him involved as well. So look forward to seeing. Well, I'll watch the Instagram stuff, but you're not going to see me on TikTok. No. But if you are on TikTok, then yeah, check out Supercars NZ. Very soon, there's going to be TikToking happening from us.
Yeah, and Alex going to work on some cool little videos promoting our sponsors to make the starts of our stream before we actually go live a little bit more interesting as well.
Yeah, I think he's still in the. Oh no, he is. He's still in the Discord, so we might have a chat to him at near the end of the race. See what he's got in store. I ask him some questions. And of course, we do have a car or a track to give out tonight to a paying member.
We do, celebrating 1,000 races loaded for Sean McNamara. We're giving away a car or a track every race to the end of the season, so we have that to give away tonight. Do we go for the trusty old wheel, or do we have another way to come up with to give something away tonight?
So we haven't done it for a while, but let's give it to the least incident points at the end. If there's multiple people on the same, we'll chuck them on the wheel. But we haven't done that for a while. Who's the cleanest? After last week, we want to see some zeros, please.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And I can tell you, there's at least 6, 7 on 0 incident points at the moment, so it's still up for grabs by plenty.
Well, that's very cool. So, has been a much cleaner race tonight. Just the one safety car so far, and that was Wayne Hartnell dropping it all by himself into turn 2 there.
And he's still out there too, so I think, isn't he? Yes.
Yeah, he's still going around.
Yep. So, big ups, Mr. Hartnell, Team West Spirit, still humming around even after having to sit in the kitty litter for a while.
Yeah, dropped a couple of laps by the time they were able to get him out of there. Oh, and he's just lost it again. Ends up in the gravel.
Oh.
Keeps it off the wall this time, so he should be able to get back going.
I'll take that one, Wayne. I just talked you up, but yeah, sorry about that. But good effort, still going. And Rob Carwood, he's working his way back up as well.
He's up into P8. Mitchell Sparrow doing a good recovery drive as well, up into P7.
Yeah, BJ, he's worked his way up into P11 now. So he started right at the very back too. So he ended up on his roof last week. So we'll give him a bit of a chat up, bud. It was hard seeing my teammate on his roof.
Yeah, you got very excited for the lid skid until you realised who it was.
Yes, yeah. You didn't hear that on the stream. I don't know what happened there. I yelled lid skid, and it sounds so quiet on the stream. I think the mic bugged out. Because you definitely heard me.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got Steve Darren. Whoa. Oh, how did nobody hit there? You need to look at the replay of that. Holy moly. Good work from the 3 cars that managed to dodge Mr. Darren.
Well, he's back up and running once more, and we can have a look at the MRP replay to see what happened there. So side by side with Matt GRR. Oh, maybe a bit of aero wash there. Makes contact with the wall. Oh, wow. Wow.
From one of those cars would be supposed. Oh my.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that teed up now.
Wow, what a moment. It was lucky nobody hit Steve there. So the 3 cars, I'm not too sure who they were, but it's some quick reaction times.
So this is on board with that green and coming through. Oh, did a good job there.
Oh, so that Hogan Shrimpton was the other car.
Stefan Adams, I believe.
Oh, yeah, it would be too, yeah. He was even closer.
Oh, and he would have been unsighted by having Ants there as well. And I think Kristen Jenkins was there just behind them as well. Oh, and he's getting a little bit loose as it is through there, and then just follows Ants basically. And I don't know if he knew much about that, but he ended up in the right place.
Yeah, well, Stefan goes left, the other 2 go right. Steve just sees 3 cars go whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. He's gone into the pits, obviously, to change his undies. Oh, wow. How good.
Mitchell Sparrow goes to the outside on Aaron Goodrick. Aaron, I think, just breathed out of the throttle there and let him have it. You see Steve's tyre marks through the grass on the left of the track there.
And Noah Kitcher has been down the lane. You did say 10 more laps, and boom, he did 10 more laps. Lap 28, he came in and took his fuel. So where are we now? We're approaching halfway. Well, 5 seconds, we'll call it halfway, won't we?
Yeah, bang on halfway now.
So yeah, one more stop for all of these guys, and less fuel to go in for Noah Kitcher. Thomas McCall, he came in lap 13, so he's going to be needing to come in fairly soon, I would say. Will he have enough to get home from there? I think he will. Almost. Yeah, surely.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, at this stage, I think I'm just waffling. Definitely spread out these endurance races over the season, please. Next season there is going to be more endurance racing added on top too. I do love it though.
Yeah, it's always very cool. Plenty of different strategies going on, although tonight the safety car, for the first stop at least, has put most people on the same strategy, but we'll wait and see how it all plays out for the second stop.
Yeah, strategy has definitely played a part in the first 2 rounds, hasn't it? It was unexpected to the amount of strategy that's needed, but it's been very fulfilling for these drivers to get the wins in the pits. It's happened a couple of times this season.
Yeah, I think the tow rule that we're seeing in our GT racing for the first time these last couple of weeks has played a part in that as well, with drivers having to request a tow and the safety car being brought out in response to that has really... Oh, there's a massive net code there. Sends Aaron Goodrick into the tyres. Loses the rear bumper. He's called that into race control, understandably so, because he would not know that on screen there was a massive gap between the 2 cars, but netcode definitely definitely playing a big part in that one, unfortunately. But Race Control will have a look at it, and they will judge whether or not there would have been contact, regardless of the net code, in making the decision as well.
There's been a request in the chat. There's going to be any singing tonight, Shano.
No, definitely not.
It was worth a try. Sorry, folks. It's a no-go with the singing. Stefan's found his way to the front and opened up a 2.3 second lead over Matthew Johnson now. Back to status quo.
Yeah, so he will be relieved to find himself back out front, because he obviously his pit stop didn't go to plan and put him back down in the pack, but he's done a good job to get back through. Aaron Goodrich, just coming out of the pits, emerges a lap down on Stephen McCartan after that incident, but well, probably. Oh, I was about to say probably so. Oh, and then, I think we're going to see another safety car, because his left rear wheel was very loose there, and yeah, he's not having any luck moving that car. He has requested that tow.
Do we see now, is this the turning point?
Copy.
We're going to see everybody surely take advantage. So lap 18 was the last, so we've gone 20 more laps since these guys came in and got some fuel. And we're going to see a dive to the lane.
Safety car, safety car, safety car.
I think we will. I think we're just outside of the window, but should be able to get home with some saving. And I just think it's too much of an opportunity to pass up. If you don't take it, then you're just going to lose too much when you do eventually take it under green flag. Stefan certainly comes in, and looks like the bulk of the field are following him in.
I mean, if you're down the back, do you take a punt? Do you think, that there's going to be another one? Another safety car? But I guess that you'll lose track position anyway. Looks like everybody is taking the opportunity so far. Nobody has stayed out.
Yeah, James McKenzie does stay out, so he's going to pick up some positions and look to see if he can get that pit stop in later. Hamish Barnhill showing with a black flag next to his name, so he has potentially had either speeding or an unsafe entry on the way into the pits there, and he's going to have to hold for an extra 40 seconds once his service is done.
Oh, and Rob Carwood is showing a meatball for me, so he's obviously hit a lint there.
Yeah, he's showing a meatball for me as well, and looks like a fair bit of damage on that car, but Fast Repairs will get that sorted pretty quickly. Things have gone much smoother for Stephen McCartan in the pits this time around. Something not quite going too smoothly
we've got that
there,
under Stefan.
some frustration coming across the mic from Stefan,
copy.
not too sure. Looked like he was going quite slowly there as we picked him up, so I wonder if Dion just wasn't quite ready for him, wasn't quite moving well. I'm not 100% sure, but anyway, he has maintained his race lead. James McKenzie jumps up to P2 by staying out, but he will...
Yeah.
James will certainly need to be in
You
for...
can tow Aaron.
Aaron has been cleared to tow. James will certainly need to be in for some fuel at some point before the end of the race. He will just be gambling on potentially getting another safety car before he needs to do so, but he's still going to drop spots, but at least it will allow him to bunch back up after he does take that stop.
Everyone hold to the left. We're going to have
Well, he came in
coming
lap
down
18
the right-hand side.
and
Yeah, you can go through,
lap
Steve.
to another 10 laps. Yeah, I'd say he's going to have to come in fairly soon.
Chris Zalewski asking the question about Noah Kitcher. Obviously Noah went long on the first stint, and he also has not been into the pits on this occasion, but I think he will need, well, I don't know, lap 28. Yeah, I just think it's, unless we get a few more safety cars late in the race, I think it's probably asking a bit too much for him to save enough to make it to the end without stopping again.
Yeah, so that's where I was going with before, and I got lost in my own mind. But yeah, Noah Kitcher, so he came in lap 28. So we've got James McKenzie out there. He came in lap 18. So theoretically, he should be good for 48, 50 odd laps. So another 20. So that's 18 plus 20 of where we're at really now, isn't it? So yeah, he's probably going to have to come in the lane within the next 5 to 10. You can make up in your mind whether that's minutes or laps.
There, Aaron. Just be aware, guys,
We
the
can
car
take
coming
this
down your
little
right-hand
moment
side.
to look at the replay. That's what we're going to do. We're going to see what happened to Aaron Goodrick. He's going to lose a rim. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one too.
We are
Didn't
going
look to
green
be
this
anything
lap.
too wrong
Please, leader, to
with the
hold
way he went
between
into the corner.
80 and
Maybe
90.
just, well, picked up some marbles. You hear some marbles, some debris
Safety
flicking
car pull
off,
away.
flicking up onto the chassis there off the tyres. So I wonder if that just getting out onto the dirty line was just enough to unsettle the car on the way in and went around on him. Either way, not ideal for Aaron on that one. James McKenzie sporting a fair bit of damage to the front of that car.
Safety car is in pit lane.
That Send It Sims, that's almost like a song in itself. But it's, I'll sort of read that in the tone of, reluctantly crouched at the starting line, engines pumping, thumping in time, green light flashes, the flags go up. So you got some singing, there you go.
Well, we are racing again. Stephen McCartan leads away, and James McKenzie caught a little bit sleeping on the restart, but I wonder if that damage to the front splitter was just cost him a little bit of straight line speed there, because he is dropping like a stone at the moment.
Was a suggestion in the chat that maybe he hit Stefan in the back under the safety car.
I did wonder if that was the case. Once I picked up the damage, it was a bit late to look at it before we went green. I did see some data on James crashing and it looked like it was under the safety car, so I will go back to that replay once we're all settled down off the back of the restart here.
Mitchell Sparrow has taken off from this restart and got past Noah and got past Sean pretty quickly.
Yeah, Noah doing battle with Brett O'Keefe at the moment. Brett not quite able to get ahead through the Esslers. Matthew Gerard just hanging around in the background here as well.
Attention all the teams. The call with 301 will be a post-race.
Post-race investigation for the incident involving Aaron Goodrick.
Plenty of spicy battles going on now, as we've got Ford GT on Ford GT here, Christian Jenkins and Matthew Johnson. So that pit stop not go so well for Matthew Johnson. Looks like he's got a 41-second stop there, so I guess that's his pit stop to take the most fuel out of the two, whereas Christian only took 15 seconds. So that's a huge jump for both those Team West cars up into the top four.
Matthew able to move back into P4 there though, and he will set his sights on Dan Turner now.
Yeah, just the two guys managing to get into the 112s, Matthew Johnson and Stephen McCartan for this race. But
Attention
the
all
pace is
teams.
on early after this restart.
Car 12
Most cars
will
into
be
the
given a drive-through
113s,
penalty for
definitely in the
avoidable
top
contact.
sort of 13 guys.
So it sounds like James McKenzie has picked up a drive-through penalty there, and I'm hoping the MRP replay will tell us what happened. Arrives on the scene under safety car and gets it all locked up and gets into the back of Stefan. So absolutely right that James just got into the back of Stefan there and gets a penalty because, well, he should have really been paying a bit more attention and should have been more aware that he was closing in on safety car queue there. But that is also what Stefan's frustration would have been over the radio. And this is heating up. Hogan Shrimpton dropping back into P3. I think he had a little bit of moment there, and he's going to have Matthew Johnson down the inside as well. So drops off the podium now. Mitchell Sparrow on his comeback drive is also trying to find a way around.
Oh, it looks like Sean's going to get up the inside. Mitchell Sparrow runs wide, catches a little bit of grass, so that's going to put him back. He'll be gripping that wheel tight.
Smells like one of the local skid cars has been trying to make my experience a bit more authentic. I can smell burning rubber in my house.
Oh, no heating going on down here tonight, Shano. It's been a nor'wester, so I'm actually sitting here sweating because I'm still wearing a hoodie and pants because it's meant to be still cold down here, but it's warm and windy.
Yeah, we are officially into spring, but still getting a little bit chilly in the evenings up here in the Nappy.
Yeah, daylight savings will be hitting us, what, the end of the month. Father's Day coming up, Shano. What day is Father's Day?
Normally a Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah. Mitchell Sparrow still looking for a way around McNamara. Sorry, Mac in the mirror.
Well, he's not in the mirror for Mitchell at the moment, is he?
No, but definitely Hogan's got a Sean Mack in the mirror. So we see the draft do its thing. He's going to try and go around the outside, try and get the inside for the second last corner.
Well, he
Just
didn't,
gets clean around.
yeah, just absolutely swept around the outside, closed down to the apex and got that move done. So a dominant move there by Mitchell Sparrow, and he sets his sights on Hogan Shrimpton now. Oh, Tom McCall just stranded out there on track. Gets back going again now.
Up the
Oh,
wires.
potentially got some damage there because he struggled to get back going, but looks like he is up and running again now. Doesn't bring it into the pits.
Yeah, I think maybe he might have been just waiting for those cars to go past, not wanting to get out on the track and impede anybody.
Hopefully this is going to tell us a story. No, this is... Sorry, Sean. This is the end of it.
He loves that.
Well, I can't even see any other data on Tom McCall, so... That's strange. Certainly got him getting passed by a few cars, so we may be able to, if we're quick with the buttons, this may tell us the story here. So he's in front of Hamid here on the way into the S's. They go side by side, there's a touch, and well, he ends up well off the track, doesn't he?
Yes, they parked it against the tyres there. A little bit of shingle just for your ants.
Attention all teams. A crash between 225 and 31 has been noted.
So a crash between Leith
Can you
Swinney.
have a look at lap 46, S340?
Incident between Leith Swinney and Stefan Adams has been noted, and Tom McCall has just called in. I believe that incident we just went back and had a look at. So this, I believe, is going to be the incident between Leith and Stefan. Oh! And that's a heavy impact for Stefan. Obviously able to drive it back, so... Well, it looks like he would have did well to drive it back, because that was not wanting to steer for him.
46, I believe.
Oh, absolutely fighting with that to drive it back, but... Oh. He didn't call for a tow, so I'm assuming he did get it back.
Yeah, he's in the lane.
So Mitchell Sparrow we saw get around Sean McNamara, and now Dan Turner filling Sean's mirrors.
Just two drivers in the running on 0 incident points. I'm going to tell you their names now. Right-off Jenkins and BJ O'Keefe.
So right off sitting in P8 and BJ P6, up 18 spots as well, so that's very impressive to work his way through the field and not pick up any incident points.
Yeah, definitely. I think starting out a pit lane is sometimes one of the safest things you can do, because all of the mayhem happens and you just coast your way forward and stay out of trouble. He's just putting in the work. And Dan Turner here.
So we've gone over the hour mark, so we're looking at 25 minutes remaining now in the race.
The incident called in by 834, lap 45, is a racing incident, no further action.
Racing incident for the incident involving Tom McCall there.
I wonder, are you confident these guys that came in lap 38 are going to get home?
Yeah, I think they should be good to make it home. Maybe a little bit of saving to do, but yeah, I think they should be okay.
Just remember, just over a minute a lap. We're at lap 50, so we're already 12. So is my maths right? I think it is. So it's been 12 laps since they came in. So add another, let's say 26, 20, or yeah, probably let's say 26, 27 laps to that. It could be close. The thought of having to save a little bit of fuel was got to be there, surely.
Yeah, I think certainly for the likes of Stephen McCartan, it's probably been there since he came into the pits. He was probably aware that it was going to be the case, and I'll tell you what, we can jump on board and we can just have a listen. certainly looks to be using the full range of the motor.
So there's Noah just going a lap down.
Doesn't seem to be a lot of lift and coast going on either, so potentially the time under safety car was enough to get them into that window, or maybe he's done the same that he needs to do post safety car, or maybe he's already resigned to this being a 3-stopper.
True. Yeah. Well, anything can still play out. We've got 22 minutes of awesomeness to go. BJ up 19 spots into P4 hours. We just see, who was that? That's James McKenzie.
Yeah, it was James McKenzie.
Just getting out of the way, I guess, there. Yeah, BJ up 19 spots. He is the biggest mover and the only one in double digits. Out of the cars running, BJ's the only one on 0 now. Something's happened, Christian. He's got his one incident.
Yeah, so if BJ can keep that on 0, then he's going to be walking away with a track or a car.
So the track is actually warmed up. It's up to 30 degrees on the track now. So 12 minutes past 12 local time. So we're in the sun. The sun's come out, baking that track up. But there'll be a little bit of rubber down, so that's going to sort of counteract that a little bit.
Also, as you can see, some rubber getting kicked up there. Offline, there are plenty of marbles lying out there, so something for the guys to be aware of. If they get wide of the racing line, they're going to have to deal with going through those marbles.
They're becoming road sweepers.
World's most expensive road sweepers.
And now BJ's got a Sean Mack in the road.
He does, and Sean was trying to find a way past, couldn't quite do so there. Certainly putting the pressure on though.
Matthew Johnson in P3 is where he started. And then you go down, Lee Swinney in P16 is where he started. So 2 guys unmoved after an hour and 11 minutes.
Yeah, I'm sure the story of each of their races, well we know Matthew Johnson's had a much more up and down race than that would suggest, and I have a feeling Lee Swinney probably has as well. Isn't it funny how your race can play out sometimes where you go through so much drama just to end up right back where you started?
Yeah, yeah. Well, at least that's not left right out. We didn't like that, do we?
No, you never want to be left right out. Oh, BJ getting right up on that curb and out into the grass off the final corner there. He's hustling that thing over the curb at turn 1 there as well.
Just reading the chat, Shano, there's been some talk about definitions of things and a racing incident, so somebody's learnt what it means. Yep, no further action. So just look at Stefan's lap times, and he's sort of just staying in that 113 bracket at the moment.
Yeah, exactly a tenth faster than Mitchell Sparrow on the previous lap.
Yeah, I have to go back. Lap 47 was a 114, and then right back to when he came in the pits, lap 40. Every single one of them has been a 113, so consistent.
Yeah, that's very good consistency. And worth noting as well that Stefan is the only guy in this race that has gone under a 113. 112.71 is Stefan's best time and the fastest lap of the race so far.
Yeah, Matthew Johnson just made it into there. He did a 112.998.
Okay, so because SDK I've only got set up to show the 2 decimal places, it's rounded it to a 113.00.
Oh, right, well, they ripped him off. In the data you've got, to me, it comes out with the 3 digits at the end.
Okay.
And it's all adjustable. If you're watching along and you want to check out the live timing, there's a link in the description. And it gives you lots of data. Tells you how far through their lap they are. You got the gap, interval, best lap, last lap, and you can have as many different things on the screen as you want. I've sort of got it cut down. I don't have too many.
The Race Week sponsor, as I mentioned earlier, is SpeedTech, and they are an entity born out of necessity. They too are motorsport competitors, and found that they were having to pay for a reliable radio. Sorry, found what they were having to pay for reliable radio communications inhibitive. We've seen fellow competitors knowingly use illegal radio equipment because of the cost of using certified legal equipment is so high, so they've set up their own company to help make things a little bit more affordable there.
Yeah, it's definitely something necessary that you need on a racetrack for communication with your team or even the race controls. So yeah, definitely the necessity of race radios is very, very high in the industry, isn't it?
Absolutely so. Even Speedway, where you can't necessarily talk to your team and your team can't talk to you, but race control need to be able to communicate with the drivers for things such as when the race is going to start, when a yellow flag period might end, and stock cars, when you get a red flag, they need to be able to tell you to move back if you've gone a little bit too far. All lots of stuff that goes on behind the scenes to put on the exciting show that Motorsport put on all around the country.
Yeah, isn't it great? You know, especially down here where I am. You know, I'm 20 minutes drive from a racetrack. I'll be about 2 hours drive away from the venue for V8 Supercars next year in Christchurch. We've got Manfield, which is, oh, sorry, is it Manfield? Manfield's up there, Tiratonga, sorry, down in Invercargill. You've also got Highlands and Cromwell. Then you got the North Island. You've got what do you got up there? Hampton Downs. We can still call Pukekohe a racetrack because they're going to be racing there again. So we're just going to call it that. Taupo and Manfield.
Yep.
And there's a new one. Was it Thunder Ridge?
Yeah,
It's
that's
going to be opening up.
I think that's very early in the planning stages, as is Stratford Park Motorsport Complex.
Oh, what is that? Going to be in Stratford?
It is going to be in Stratford. So
Oh,
that's going to
good.
be about 30 minutes drive from me, where there's currently a very cool speedway that I love going to, and speedway season not too far away now.
Yeah, there's definitely the speedway nuts out there that'll be all over that. And we're approaching 10 minutes to go. No sign of any pit crews down the pit lane getting ready for any last-ditch efforts. Looks like Steve Darren in lap 34. I'd say he's possibly going to need to come in, although he's been in 3 times.
Yeah, that's an interesting one that he's been in 3 times, most recently on lap 34. Unfortunately, we don't get a running tally of when each of his pit laps were.
Yeah, looking forward to that new, the new update for iRacing, where we're going to have a little bit more data at our fingertips, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah, sure will. Mitchell Sparrow all over the back of Matthew Johnson now, so second position certainly not done yet. Mitchell Sparrow goes to the outside. Can he get it done there? Tries to hold on to get the inside for the penultimate corner, but Matthew able to hold on the outside to get the inside for the final corner, and holds on to that position for now. So good battle going on for P2 in the late stages of this one.
Yeah, you don't want to push it too hard and get into a bit of trouble at this point in the race either. Lap 61. It's a few laps tonight. Be looking at least another 8.
Yeah, lap time of under a minute 15 for most guys. In fact, everybody has done at least one lap under a minute 15 so far tonight. So when you're doing a 90-minute race, it doesn't take long for the lap times to tick up, or the lap numbers to tick up, I should say. Mitchell goes to the outside again. Try something a little bit different this time. Slots in behind through there. Oh, and running wide off the final corner.
Yeah, that can get very hairy. Lost a little bit of ground to Matthew Johnson here though, Mitchell Sparrow. So he's going to have to put in a little bit of work and try and get back up in his mirrors and put a bit of pressure on again. These final stages.
Yeah, the run wide certainly cost him a little bit here. Actually, just thinking about the potential that we've got a bit of fuel saving going on and people might be a little bit tight on getting to the end of the race. It reminds me of a V8 race that I called here once, back in my early days of calling races in the broadcasting lounge. I was alongside Wayne Bloor, and I believe Darren Lobb and Rehan Lianagay were having a pretty tight battle in the V8s, and I think Darren was ahead on the final lap coming into the final sequence of corners, and just as I called that Darren had it wrapped up, he coughed and Rehan got him at the line.
You ran out of fuel.
He ran out of fuel.
Oh. Yeah, Sean McMurray did that last week.
Yeah, but he didn't even get close to the line.
So he just started a lap.
Apparently with his new headset, he doesn't have his radio set up going to the right device by the sounds of it. He couldn't hear his crew chief telling him that he needed fuel. So he just carried on driving and it ran out.
I hope he's got that sorted tonight. It seems like he has. He's running alright P4, so we'll give him that. He's holding off BJ O'Keefe as he's got back around him, so they're in a bit of a battle.
Yeah, and so far Sean's towed a total of 3 fewer times than last week.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't have a good run last week, did he? As we see Mitchell Sparrow going around the outside of Matthew Johnson.
And that might be job done too. He's able to get down to the apex. Runs a little bit deep in there, but is able to block off any challenge through the last couple of corners, and looks like he should have that one, should have made it stick now.
Anybody that sticks out, well, we're round 3, so keep that in mind if they're braced in all 3 of them. So 3 times 90-minute races in one of them Ford GTs having to listen to it. That is a sickening thing to think about. I love me a Ford, but not that one. Still putting the pressure on. Oh, Mitchell Sparrow, he's got it sideways there.
Yeah, there's certainly better sounding cars out there, aren't there?
I'm glad I can't hear that. I've got my iRacing just in blimp mode at the moment. All I can see is foliage, but I've got a little bit of car noise coming from there, but it's not Ford GT. I lie, it's on a Ford GT at the moment. I can't really hear it.
Oh, Matthew Johnson's been able to take advantage of Mitchell Sparrow getting around the lap car there and moves back into P2.
About 0.2 of a second quicker last time by Matthew Johnson than Mitchell Sparrow. Wee bit of a gap there now, so a little bit of breathing room for him. So we are at 5 minutes to go now, so let's complete this lap and probably 2 more, 3 more. 2, we'll just go 2.
I'm going to say 3. Are we putting some money on it?
No, I haven't got any of that, but if you're keen to watch the racing some more, make sure you subscribe to the Broadcasting Lounge and click the bell, so then you'll get notified when we go live on Tuesdays and Thursday nights, predominantly V8s on Tuesday. Final round next week at Motegi for the V8s. We head to Bathurst for the final round of the GTE series, so absolutely amped up for that. I can't wait. I will be here with bells on, and I should be almost back to normal next season if I'm still needed on a Tuesday. I'm definitely keen to call some of those V8 races because that's got me a big happy smile on my face. I can't say the words I really want to use.
Well, leave it up to the imagination what the words you really want to use are there, but yeah, it's certainly going to be a very exciting schedule for the V8s in the spring series.
I have actually got it in front of me. I'm going to whistle it out just quickly. Round 1, Phillip Island. Round 2, Bathurst. Then we head to Watkins Glen, Algarve, Belle Isle. Yeah, you know what I'm thinking. Sandown, Thruxton, Le Mans, Red Bull. I can't say that one. Sachsenring. I don't. And Laguna Seca and Imola. So I did read that if anything was going to get knocked off the list, it will be that Sachsenring. That'll be for, I'm guessing, Mexico. If Mexico comes out, that would be GP circuit will be pretty cool.
You know, I think that's been confirmed in the developer blog that is coming out in the new season build, so that's going to be very cool.
Yeah, first time in Mexico.
Matthew Johnson continuing to hold on to P2 for the moment.
Yeah, in the forums, you just go to the V8 Supercar section and look for season 4. Yeah, we're up to season 4. Is it? Yeah, we'll be. Yeah, the final season of the year, because summer normally starts for us in December, doesn't it? The racing sort of starts in December, and yeah, how good. Spring Series. Get signed up. Make sure you get onto the Supercars NZ Facebook pages and groups and find the sign-up sheet and get involved.
Mitchell Sparrow moves into P2. Good move around the outside. We've seen it a few times. He was able to pull it off again on this occasion, but can he stay ahead of Matthew Johnson for the remaining couple of laps? I don't think we've got the white flag yet. Oh, we've got a tow request. I think, yeah, race control just clearing him to tow, not issuing the safety car on this occasion, because that would mean finishing under yellow. But Matthew Johnson fighting back once again. Getting to the outside. Can he get down the inside into the hairpin? Not quite, but he's going to be super close on the exit. He'll be able to pick up the draft. He'll get the draft up the back straight. Stefan McCartan is coming through the final sequence of corners now, about to take the white flag.
Yes, they're going to do 70 laps. 70 laps. That is a few.
No, they're going to do 69 laps.
Oh, I thought yeah, they hadn't crossed the line yet. Oh, well, 69. Nice.
Yeah, Stefan McCartan had crossed the line, so it had tipped over.
Oh, true, yes. That's right. Yeah, he's way out there in front. I think 8 seconds now. 8.6 second lead. Stephen McCartan, Mitchell Sparrow and Matthew Johnson, they have been fighting for the last, what feels like half the race, but it's only been the last sort of 5 laps, isn't it? They've been
oh, Sparrow's off!
Oh, he's gone wide.
Last lap, Matthew Johnson walks through the open door into P2, and it's going to take a mistake from Matthew to lose that now, but never say never. But Stephen McCartan, just a couple of corners to go, cruising out front now, 8-second margin through the final corner, and Stephan McCartan claims another victory in the Trak Racer GTE Endurance Series. Well done, Stefan. P1 at MoSport. Matthew Johnson holds on for P2. Mitchell Sparrow stays on the podium, but he will be disappointed with that mistake on the final lap. Sean McNamara holds off BJ for P4.
Just remember, race control will be there
in
if you
P5.
need to discuss anything.
Matthew Gerard P6. Rob Carwood brings it home
control
in
at the
P7.
hairpin.
Oh! Blake Greenhill into the wall.
Copy.
Out of the final corner. Dan Turner comes home in 8th. Hamish Barnhill 9th. Christian Jenkins 10th. Blake Greenhill hasn't made it to the line yet. Anthony Green 11th.
Got him 2
Hogan
metres off the
Shrimpton
line.
12th.
Race control, can you look at last corner, please?
Blake still stranded there. Steve Darren fighting with so Steve Darren came home 13th. I think that might have been a lap car he was side by side with. Leith Swinney comes home 14th now. Blake's still stranded there. Tom McCall stopped out on track. He was a lap down, so he has already come across the line in 16th. Noah Kitchen was 17th. James McKenzie 18th. Aaron Goodrick 19th. Alan Scott 20th. Stephen Adams 21st. Wayne Hartnell 22nd. Heath Mann 23rd. And Ross Watson was the safety car. So 23 drivers started. Looks like I think Heath looks like Heath and Wayne called it a night early. So 21 finishes by the look of it. Actually, Stefan might have called it a night early as well by the look of that. So 20 finishes. But the big question, did BJ manage to stay on 0 incident points?
Yes.
Alright, well done BJ. You got car in a track, car or a track, sorry, coming your way.
Can't complain about that.
Absolutely not. So, can't complain about tonight's racing either. It was pretty exciting. Not as action-packed as last week, but much cleaner, so that's always good to see, and certainly plenty of entertainment to bring to everybody at home. Well done again, Stefan McCartan,
Have you run out of fuel, Blake?
on picking up the win.
Yeah, can you look in the last corner, mate? I got drilled and couldn't finish the race.
Shit, you ran out.
Did you have fuel?
A little bit of chat going on.
I was
there
running out of fuel, but got absolutely drilled.
between
Yeah, it's because
Blake
you were 20
Greenhill and Race
kilometres an hour
Control.
slower on the racing line of the final corner, mate. I was hard on the brakes. I couldn't avoid you.
Enough, boys. Quit it.
I think this is going to be the incident in question. Oh yeah, certainly slowed up, so it sounds like he was coughing and he's just been hit from behind, unfortunately, and then ends up off track and wasn't able to bring it across the line because he didn't have any more fuel in the car. So unfortunate there, but Race Control will have a look at that and deem if there was anybody to blame for that one. But that'll do us for tonight. Thank you, Corey, for joining me again tonight.
Hey, it's a pleasure. And we've got one final round next week at Bathurst, so hopefully we will see you all there. Make sure you give us a subscribe, please, 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 and thank you. It all goes a long way. Once we get to 500, we'll be pretty happy, and then we can start pushing for 1,000.
Absolutely. Very cool to be that close, and yeah, just give us a subscribe if you haven't already. Help us get there. Big thanks to Trak Racer and MRP, long-time sponsor of us and sponsoring the series again this season and continuing that into the spring series, sorry, as well. And of course, MRP, simracing.co.nz. Head over there and you can find the full Trak Racer range there. And SpeedTech, our weekly sponsor this week, head to speedtech.co.nz for their range of race radio equipment. Big thanks to all our drivers for coming out and giving us a show to put on. Couldn't do it without them, and thanks to iRacing for the platform to go racing on. Big thanks, of course, to everybody tuning in at home as well, and we will see you all next time.